As most of us already know, Cambodia is one of the member association of Southeast Asian nation, or we also known as ASEAN. Cambodia is a country located in Southeast Asia where it borders with the Gulf of Thailand, surrounded by a beautiful nature and have a great geographical area. Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam is included as their neighboring countries. According to the new report by a United Nations agency said that Cambodia are expected to move towards least development country LDC until beyond 2025.
Thailand is the one and only Southeast Asia country which was not being colonized by the foreign power. It is located in the center of mainland Southeast Asia. After a few decades, Thailand has made an excellent investment in social and economic developments, which are moving from a low income to an upper middle income country less than a generation. It's adopted constitutional monarchy system with a parliamentary form of government as for its political system. In economy, there are mix of economic system in which there are variety of private freedom combined with centralized economy planning and government regulation. In addition, Thailand is a member of ASEAN.
Birth and death rate is one of the factors that widen the gap between a developing country like Thailand and least developed country like Cambodia. Birth rate in simple words means the ratio of the babies that were born, while death rate is the rate of peoples in a country that count. These two rates data were collected annually in order to form statistics. In developing countries like Thailand, with birth rate at 10 per 1,000 people, they tend to have quite moderate birth rate. It is due to low income that they receive and are aware of the consequences of having too many children. But in there, some are more likely to have huge families due to religious belief. Despite from all that, these countries does have quite high death rate since most of them are facing diseases and malnutrition due to lack of health facilities and food. So due to that, Thailand has an average of 7 deaths per 1,000 people this year, but it seems to get better since the rate is declining. This developed country like Cambodia, on the other hand, has an average of 22 to 25 birth rate per 1,000 people, and that seems quite high when compared to their population in general. It is due to many reasons like lack of education in society. With low resources on this country, it is almost impossible to keep the majority from poverty, which has been one of the major problems that a least developed country like Cambodia have to face. From poverty, it will cause more and extreme hunger from the people, and that will cause high death rate, just like Cambodia, where the death rate percentage is growing up to 6 per 1,000 people and increase around 0.12% from previous year.
Economic growth lead to an increase in real gross domestic product (GDP). This implies an increase in national income, output, and total spending. Economic growth is particularly important in developing economies. Thailand and Cambodia are two different countries. These two countries have many differences factors in the development of their countries. Besides, in terms of economy, Thailand has a more stable economy compared to Cambodia. Thailand is an excellent example for a developing country. Through a fast economy development has risen from the rank of undeveloped country within a generation or two. It was classified as low-income nation in 1918 but was elevated to the upper middle income by the World Bank in 2011. Thailand ranking as Asian 18 biggest economy. Thailand is a country with a stunning location for foreign visitors to explore. As a result, it benefits the Thailand economy by providing revenue from visitors who rent hotel, purchase present and visit tourist attraction across the country. And Cambodia is one of the poorest countries at the moment. Its per capita income is only 1,000 in Malaysia ringgit. Most rural household depends on the agriculture and agro-based sector. Furthermore, clothing, manufacture, tourism and agriculture are Cambodia's major sources of incomes. The tourist industry is the second largest sources for incomes in Cambodia after the textile manufacturing industry. Most foreign tourists visit Angkor Wat. It is the country's most popular tourist attraction in the country. We can see that from the economies of Cambodia, tourists is not able to compare with Thailand. Thailand is more visited by tourists because of its unique, which is more interesting than Cambodia to be visited by other people in the other people from other countries.
Education is considered as one of the factors which contribute to the development of country. It is because education plays a vital role in achieving the status of a fully developed nation. It is became the goals of education to develop a world-class quality education system. However, not all the Southeast Asia countries are able to achieve the goals. This is because there are several challenges that they had to face. Without taking more further, let us take a look at the Thailand and Cambodia in terms of education. So Thailand has achieved excellent success in expanding their system into another level and improve its basic educational infrastructure. And in 1999, Education Reform Office was established due to the critical needed reformation. They also receive a lot of students who are from around the world, including China, Japan, Laos, United States, and many more. This also can contribute to the economy of the state due to the increasing of tourists who enter the country. As for Cambodia, half of the population in the country lives in poverty, which makes them hard to get the education, especially people in the rural area. This also took a very long time to finish their primary school. And last but not least, parents couldn't understand the value of the education, and most of them couldn't afford to send their children to school to learn and to know the education.
Industry in Thailand. Thailand is the first ASEAN country with the greatest growth. The most important industry agriculture sector. There is 70 of job opening are in this sector with the remaining half in rural areas. Thailand is also a major exporter of shrimp and the third largest seafood exporter in the world. In 2014, strong response international country resulted in profit of 3 billion US. Thailand's electrical and electronic industry is a significant one. It's not surprised that the country can grow quickly because it has excellent technology and largest number of specialists in the industry. Thailand has just surpassed China as the largest exporter of computer and computer components in ASEAN as well as the world's largest hard disk producer. Industry in Cambodia, the manufacturing sector contributes 31% to Cambodia's national economy in 2016. ASEAN Development Bank predicts that 9.6% rate of increase in the manufacturing sector. However, the industry in Cambodia is very weak due to several factors such as lack of technology, segmentation, and also focus in other sectors. Among the sectors that are the main focus in the manufacturing industry is the German manufacturing sector. Various countries have participated in the export of clothes. The Cambodia, the second sector is agriculture. The sector contributes 26% to Cambodia economic output. Government want to achieve production of 1 million tons in the agriculture sector but didn't achieve it in 2015. The next sector was real estate, which beat the agriculture sector as well as tourism. The Ministry of Land has approved a total 2.5 billion in construction for real estate. That's all.
For Thailand, the political stability in 2019 is modest. In 2013, the political atmosphere in Thailand was entirely unsteady. The number of investors who come to invest might be influenced by political stability. In 2018, America's biggest cell phone organization has put resources into Thailand by opening the country's first Apple store and the second after Singapore. Bangkok is the second area in Southeast Asia to open Apple Authority Store. In 2018 also, two Japanese car makers, which is Nissan and Honda, to deliver electric and battery crossbreed vehicles and will contribute 334 billion US dollar and 181 billion US dollars separately into the venture. For Cambodia, the political stability in the year of 2019 is very weak, compared to last year where the political stability is 0.11 point. Sadly, in the year of 2021, the COVID-19 spread has slowed the investment in Cambodia's construction sector, which had been showing indications of improvement for several years. The major cause for the drop in investment value, according to the General of Cambodia Constructors Association, was the limitations put on cross-border travel to avoid the spread of COVID-19. Travel restrictions have stymied efforts to entice international investment to the country. Last year, the value of investment in the construction industry dropped owing due stagnation and delays by international investors in Cambodia. Due to lackluster success in the COVID fight and fewer government infrastructure building plans put in action than in pre-pandemic days, construction investment would do much worse this year than in 2020. Because there are fewer big investments projects or new infrastructure building projects backed by the government than there were previously. The value of investment in 2021 will continue to drop, as well as will the number of construction sites, condos, and gated housing complexes.
In conclusion, each country has a different level of national development. Numerous countries in Southeast Asia are growing from year to year. Every stage of their development has demonstrated that a colonial country may likewise develop successfully. This demonstrates that country is self-sufficient and capable of competing with other Europe nations. Thailand is an example. of country that is developing in accordance with its technological and agricultural capabilities. Even nevertheless, there are still undeveloped countries that is improving their economic development as well as their daily life. Less developed countries such as Cambodia have a number of obstacles to advancement, including a shortage of skilled labor and technology for